Ah, there we go. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can you hear me, everyone? Those that are on? Yeah, hi there, Jill.
Hi, Dean.
Okay.
I see Danielle's got a problem.
Oh gosh, hey, I don't know what to say.
Oh, do you have the ID of the Zoom meeting? Well, she does have it, doesn't she?
Well, she just has to click on that link, as far as I know, that I sent, you know?
Yes. Yeah, it's.
If you have
I'm
an
not,
ID, you can give it to her. Let me just have a look here and see.
well, did she
What
get? Did you send the email to her?
No, I didn't send an email. I sent, you know, I didn't send it out because it was really sent out on Facebook.
Yes.
And then I forgot to cut and paste it to the WhatsApp groups. But I'm pretty sure that you know, that she just has to click that link. I can't imagine if there's anything too much more involved, you know.
I clicked the link to register, and
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't going to send me an email, but it did in the end. Shall I go out and see if I can answer her and come back in?
Yeah. Just okay. Hang on. Just tell her to go back to her email. She needs to get a confirmation from her email. Okay.
Okay, I'll come back, shall I?
I'll just send it to you. Go back.
Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna come out. Whoops. Ah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Sorry. I came on just a few minutes earlier, just in case someone was having some problems.
And this time round on Facebook, it didn't actually say who was joining you. So, do you know?
Yeah, on the Facebook, yes, okay. I do. There is a list. You know, there's supposed to be, well, 20 people or so said they were going to come on, but we'll see when they actually get on or not.
Okay.
Just tell me, Jill, can you see the screen that I'm sharing?
I've got the front page of your book.
Yeah. Can you see the whole thing? It's centered good enough?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, good. And can you see me? Am I in the picture?
I can. You're a little picture up on the right.
Okay, great. All right. Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, so that's an alarm that's going off. All right. Sorry. Okay, I see D's on. Yeah, great. So,
Katie, the text is all the information that you require to order authorization.
yeah, okay, good. So I'm getting everyone up there now. I can start to see you.
Good.
Yeah. Okay, I got Jill and I got Mary. And those who come on, I can't see all the names here. Okay, I got Jill, yeah. And then those of you who come on, you can, you're welcome to unmute and just say hi. And then when I start talking, you can just mute yourself, and then that way there won't be any background noise while we're talking.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hi, Dean.
Hello.
Hi, thanks for dropping off my book.
Yeah, hi Mary, no problem. Glad you're joining us.
Hi, Dean. It's Adele.
Hey Adele, how you doing? Been a while. Great to see you.
It's been a while. Yes, too long.
Mhm.
You too. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, the sunshine looks a lot warmer where you are than here in Cape Town. Yeah, we have winter has officially hit Cape Town. Yeah. Okay, so good. We got some people on. Oh, I see some names. Okay, great. Okay, we got the lucky 7 on so far, which is great. Jill, Mary, Jessica. Hi, Jessica. Diana, D. Hi, D. And okay, great. And me. Super. All right. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to just have a quick sip of my coffee, yeah? I'm not usually an afternoon coffee drinker, but here I go. Some extra power. So many of you, there's been a couple of talks I've given, and this is now my 3rd Zoom meeting, and I'm starting to get a little bit more comfortable with it. And hopefully the information that all of you will receive is just what you need at this time. And my role is very much to bridge the science and spirituality. So the paper that I'm busy with, and a documentary that myself and Nikki Felbert have been filming for the last 3 years, is almost in completion. So it will happen this year. And that paper will introduce the academic side of my work, as well as bridging in the spiritual and the metaphysical aspects of the sacred sites in Southern Africa. So I work both on a physical level, and obviously also on the kind of a shamanic or spiritual level as well. And I've been doing this for most of my life, my grown-up life. I'm now 55 years old, and I've been doing this for at least 30 years, pretty much full time. So that's a copy of my book you can see over there for those of you who haven't got it. It's still very current. I would not change anything in the book. I can only add to it and go deeper and deeper into it. So the study that I'm busy with now will be taking about 4 or 5 of the sites, and the Dolmen is going to be one of them, and delving into it in a much deeper level. So not only from the academic standpoint, but also from the spiritual standpoint. So why are the sacred sites in Southern Africa lining up now is what is of great interest to me, because these sites, especially when you're talking solstices, do not always line up. There is a massive oscillation, which I did go through in some detail in the other 2 talks, and we will touch on them again now. today as well. So we have a lot to learn from our, you know, our humanity's past, our collective ancestors, if you like. Why? Because they experienced all these great shifts that have happened on our planet. So we've gone through many ice ages, the climate has shifted and people have had to experience it and obviously push through it. And, you know, I believe that these times, these kind of big shifts and these big happenings bring about a necessary leap in our consciousness. In other words, it's times that people get a very quick wake up, and it's needed, and there's a unity energetic that happens as well. In other words, people are almost forced to come together in order to safely navigate their way through that happening, that situation. And I've seen it happening over the world. It's been happening. It's been just sort of slowly escalating. You know, big tsunami here, big fire there. You know, 9/11. You know, all these different events that you are being shown, and how it creates an opportunity for people to come together from a heart-centered energy point of view. So it doesn't actually, it's a great leveler. People are leveled completely. And here in South Africa, same thing. We've gone through droughts, and people line up around the mountain collecting water, and nobody knows who's who. You could be a professor, or you could be a street sweeper. But people came together from a heart space and stood around the mountain collecting water together and talking and so on and so on. And now we have obviously a massive global event, which I believe is being ushered in for the same purpose, for us to really get a good shake up, and in the shake up we find our core center, our core light, if you like, our heart center, our God center. So the ancient peoples, the further we go back in time, they were living very, very close to nature and in communication with nature. So all your early sacred sites were kept by your shamans or your priests of the time, and it was their role to communicate with the nature that surrounded them. So from an archaeoastronomy perspective, yes, most of these earth temples that we are going to be, that I'm busy researching and talking about, were places where the spiritual integrity of the community was forged and kept in place. So it was the shaman's role to communicate with the sun, the moon, the stars, and to find out what's coming and how to best navigate the group or the clan or the family through that. So these places are still functioning. They still work. They're still there. Why? Because the collective consciousness or the collective song of our existence continues to play out. And we as individuals are these, call it song beings of light. And we are continually playing into this universal choir. And, you know, it's up to us to better bring ourselves in harmony to the universal choir, if you like, because this is where there's a bit of an imbalance. And so getting out into nature, being in nature, communicating with the elementals are all part of our human beingness. And there's been many of these different epochs. And for some reason, the sacred sites here in South Africa are now lining up. So with regards to the archaeoastronomy, I'm going to just click on this map here. This just shows you the pathways of the sun, and I'm speaking about Cape Town in particular, its importance, and I know I've spoken about this before. It's sort of an introduction because not everyone has watch the other talks. So with regards to the solstices and the pathway of the sun, Cape Town itself is the very last piece of land in the southern hemisphere, in southern Africa, to be lit by the setting sun on the summer solstice. So this is actually the setting sun ray line you can see, and it just touches on the tip of the Cape Peninsula over here. So it is quite literally the land of the setting sun, Cape Town. But the converse is the situation. So in wintertime, we're the very last place to be lit by the rising sun. But either way, it is a cornerstone, an incredibly powerful, pivotal point. So if it is the land of the setting sun on the day of the summer solstice, it would have been a pilgrimage point for the early peoples that we know. All ancient cultures revered the sun. Why? Because the sun is literally the fire of life. And we as human beings are solar-powered human beings. We eat the sun. So no matter where you go, you will find these ancient cultures as far back as you can. And what's interesting is that South Africa has kept her secrets hidden for some reason for many, 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 many hundreds and thousands of years. And when I started 30 years ago, there was no such thing as a sacred site in South Africa. Nobody even knew that there were any sacred sites in South Africa at all. But after, of course, connecting with shamans and healers like Baba Credo Mutwa, I was encouraged to bring my work forward. And now there seems to be a much greater connection with the sacred sites in Southern Africa. As we move now into the move forward, and also sacred sites here in South Africa, remembering that South Africa is at least one of the birthplaces of humankind. Some people would argue that it is the birthplace of humankind, and there were many different early human beings running around South Africa, and I'm talking about 200,000 years ago. And the sacred sites of Botswana go back 75,000 years, and that's the Serpent Cave. So without any doubt, South Africa's blueprint into humanity goes way back. And if South Africa does hold the blueprint of human spirituality, of humanity, then also it holds the blueprint of our human spirituality. So where these first ancient beings expressed and monumentalized their connection to the gods of nature, Mother Earth, Father Sky, and the elemental energies. So now we realize the importance and the strategic positioning of the Cape Peninsula as literally the cornerstone at the tip of Africa, last lit by the setting sun. We can see that the pathways of the sun over the peninsula, this is just I'm going to get a better map coming up. These are the different directions of the sun, creating what I call the diamond of light grid. And this is as you view it, as you would be a person sitting on a central point, looking out through the mountains, and that would be known as the horizon calendar. And here we see the diamond of light. This is the diamond of light geometries that are formed by the winter solstice sunset, the summer solstice the winter solstice sunrise, summer solstice sunset, which are directly opposite each other. The summer solstice sunrise, the winter solstice sunset, directly opposite each other, and then bisected by the equinox sunrise and sunset. And this sacred geometry of light has fascinated me with the sacred sites over the past 30 years. And they were watching it in great detail. And this is another view of what this would look like if you had to put them all on at the same time, and another one too. And what was interesting is that found on the Southern Cape coast, also 75,000 years, is a piece of red ochre that was engraved into the shape and form also of a diamond. And of course, we know that the diamond is also representative of the feminine, the yoni, and the vulva. So the fact that this was done in red ochre means that this was not just some random piece of work, as the archaeologists believe. One, the red ochre represented the blood of the Mother Earth, quite literally. In fact, the menstrual blood. So it has to do with fertility. So the fact that they were using this symbol, carving it into the red ochre, means that this had more of a deeper spiritual interpretation for them. As we know, red ochre was used all the way along the caves in the Southern Cape area, from Mossel Bay, Pinnacle Point, all the way down Cubeworms, even in Cape Town. And we are talking 150,000 years ago. And not just a little bit of it, they were using it regularly, a lot of it. So they were busy with ceremony way back then. And here is another picture of the overview of the dolmen, where its position is in the landscape. This is just a topographical map that I use. I can bring you in a little bit. So there you can see it's sitting on this eastern corner, southeastern corner by Musenberg. And you are seeing this set up. I'm going to come back out again. Let me just show you the sunrise first of all. That's the dolmen. Okay, that's what we're heading for. This is what we're going to be talking about today. And right. So you can see it's strategically positioned on the corner in order to capture the sun coming off the horizon calendar. Okay, so that horizon calendar looks like this. So in archaeoastronomy, you are looking for a certain topography that lends itself to observation of the rising sun or the setting sun, moon, and stars. And here you see on the far western side of the screen here, or to my left, that is the dolmen right there. And there you see this whole massive horizon calendar, and it spreads all the way down to here, which is Hangklip. And what's amazing is that the strategic topographical placement of the dolmen is phenomenal in the way that it captures the turning point of the sun on the day of the winter solstice. So if we go into our map again, here you can see, let me get that a little bit smaller. Okay, so if I zoom in, bring this thing up here, this gives you an idea. We're now looking out to from the dolmen, okay, on the corner. So the central point there is quite literally the corner where the dolmen is. And here we see the change over the 42,000 year oscillation. So we're talking about a cycle that takes 42,000 years to go from this side back to this side and back again. So it's an oscillation. And what is happening is that we could be actually anywhere in this 42,000 year cycle, but where we are is smack bang right in the middle right now, within 0.1 degrees of this fulcrum point, the central point of this massive 42,000 year cycle. So not only is the dolmen aligned to that, but the Grailstone as well I spoke about, and the Nefertiti and all the others that I'm working with in Cape Town, they are all marking this point in time. Why? Because obviously something happened back then that had great significance to them, great importance to them. Remembering that all of these earth temples were watched and managed and handled by the shamans or the priests of the time in order for them to communicate with the stars above, the sun, the moon, the stars, the elements, so that they could they could divine what is coming and prepare the clan, the family for what is about to happen, and pave their way safely into the future. And I believe this is what we've got coming our way. We've got something here that we're going to also have to pull together and find the guidance that we need, both individually and collectively. So I'm now going to shift to the next slide. This will give you a little, this is a bit more complex. Okay, I'm very excited. These little charts I've been working on for a long time, but this is showing you lunar maximums, lunar minimums, and solstice cross-quarter alignments. In other words, we have basically 8 seasons instead of 4 seasons, if you like, that the ancient peoples were very much more in touch with. So how does this affect the, and how does this work with the dolmen? So here I am, I'm just coming back to my horizon calendar here. And when we talk about a horizon calendar, we are looking for foresights and rear sights. Like we're on a, we're looking through a rifle like this. And so the first thing we see is that the dolmen is in fact a inverted triangle. It's a trilothon, okay? It's 2 uprights that have a lintel on the top, and there you can see how the sun is going to move through all these different cross quarters. And I'm not going to go into great detail. I'll share that one day. It will come out in a new book, and it'll be a chart that will also be available for people, you know, going forward. So this is the actual sun coming through the dolmen, and this is where I go. Every winter solstice, we head up to the dolmen. I put it out, and I lead a group and facilitate a bit of a gathering where we do just this. We communicate with the energies of the sun and Mother Earth, and we seed our own intentions into this place at that particular time. Why do we go up there? Because at sunrise, on the turning point of the sun, is a very powerful and spiritual time where the ancient peoples knew that if the sun kept going that way, it's going to get colder and colder and colder, and we're going to have a big problem. We're going to go back into one of these ice ages. And so the turning of the sun and the coming back to spring was encouraged. So as people would do ceremony to give thanks to this union between Father, Sun, and Mother Earth. So no matter where we are, whether we are seeded from Mars or Venus, Mother Earth, in any way, shape, or form, when we are on Mother Earth, we are solar-powered beings. We eat the sun. Everything that that makes us exist is solar energy. We are solar-powered beings on this planet. So this dolmen, this trilothon, there you see it, is set to receive the seed of light of our Father Sun, if you like. And there you can see its shape is an inverted triangle, which is the symbol for the yoni, again the female. So this is symbolizing a divine love affair between the Father, Sun, and Mother Earth. And of course, the fact that it seeds itself through this on the winter solstice, at the time of great darkness, if you like, it's a symbol of seeding light and hope and life back into Mother Earth. And here you can see where the sun would actually rise. Just I've pulled wide of the actual thing. This is the mark where it's being calibrated, and you can see we have a gateway here, and this is the Simonsburg, and that is, you can see the different shades here. Even by the understanding the colors of shades of gray, one can know distance and depth. And then I'm going to go to the next one here, and there you can see this is now the sun actually coming through the yoni. And what is it that actually records this? What is it that we see that actually records this alignment? There you can see it again. I'm going to jump. So when this sun comes through here, what's actually happening is the whole mountain is casting its shadow onto the opposite side of the valley where we are standing. So what you are seeing here is, in fact, there's the window. This is obviously now about a half an hour after sunrise, so the shadows already dropped down, but it gives you a nice idea of what the window looks like. So normally we would greet the sun, we up here on the ridge over here. So when the sun actually penetrates through the female, there are two stones that it engages with. The one is a water trough. It's actually a head, a human head, lying on its side like this, with a water trough filled up. And when the sun comes through the yoni and it rises up 1 degree, the angle of the sun comes through and penetrates into the water trough and actually is able to record that exact alignment. And about 25 feet to the right is another head, which is actually built into a rock, and it has an eye hole drilled right through it, and it looks like this. And again, this is engaging with the yoni, but it is not marking the winter solstice. It is marking potentially what I believe is going to be the lunar maximum, which is 5 degrees off the winter solstice alignment at the moment. So we basically have these two watchmen that are centering on the yoni, and they are able to calibrate the rising and setting of these different sun alignments, moon alignments, but also star alignments. So I have also recorded Venus and planetary, Venus rising as well through the yoni, which I'll have a picture for you just now. Here's another, that's the same watchman, if you like, with the eye hole. And this is the top of, this is the dolmen, and this is a massive dolmen, by the way. This distance here is about 25 feet just between there and there. So you're looking at the height of this boulder here being about 8 feet thick, and you can notice how it's rested onto this the upright. It almost looks like it's been notched in there to fit more securely. So we can debate this till the cows come home. Who put that rock there? Is it natural or not? That's not the point. The point is, yes, maybe someone put it there, but the fact is that this thing is recording this massive turning of the sun from the summer through to the winter. So what happens is that here we see the sun coming through the yoni, but on the summer solstice, the sun is way down over here, way down this side, over here, out of the picture. And then it goes tick, 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 and walks all the way along these mountains until it gets to the equinox, and then it goes tick, 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 and it goes further and further and further and further until it hits that point right there, and then it stops and it turns and goes back the other way.
Dean, can I ask a question?
Sure.
This is Mary.
Hi, Mary.
What about the person on the left of the triangle? That's
You're
like
talking about, you're just saying you're seeing a being in the rock form?
Yes.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of those beings that are potentially a part of the whole complex.
Okay.
But, you know, we can see things in nature wherever we look. You know, you can see faces and all sorts of shapes and form. It's about, were they engaging with it, and does it show any potential placement, is what we want to look for.
Okay.
So with the Watchman, there's two things. The water trough bowl sundial is not new to me. This symbol that hang on. This water trough bowl sundial that records the sunrise is similar to other ones that I have found that work exactly the same way, or in a slightly same way. And this one here with the eye hole that's drilled through it shows again potential in interaction. In other words, where there's been some potential shaping. So Baba Credo Mutwa would say, oh, well, yeah, you can say these are all natural, but you tell me, why are there holes where the eye should be? Okay. So in other words, I have some strict protocols research protocols that I work with. They have to show potential placement. So this one here has been placed. That rock I can pick up, but I haven't, obviously. That can pick it up, so it's been put in place. Whether naturally or not is up for debate. So yeah, we have the inverted yoni aligned to the winter solstice. This is it from the other side, okay? And you'll notice that on this side here, you see this big flat, like altar stone, if you like. So again, this is what we're looking for. So when you come and you are centered on this yoni, you can stand there like the, you know, woohoo, and here I am, greet the sun, do your chants or whatever it is that you want to do your offerings, your prayers, and it's where you become part of this this seeding of light and hope on the turning of the sun at that time. So with regards to the actual position of the sun, the actual dolmen, it's on the corner, and the corner of Musenberg Mountain happens to also be one massive head looking out. So if you take a look at this picture here, you will notice that the entire side of Musenberg Mountain is this head, which is enhanced by the shadow alignment as well, creating the head here, down to the eye, into the nose, the mouth, the chin, and then down to the neck. And in fact, yeah, where the mouth is, there's actually a cave where I have found hand axes that date back to many, many years. So the minute you take the corner, you get into an alignment with the dolmen. You come around the corner and you are sort of heading towards the dolmen. And the thing is, what else do we find on this pivotal corner, and where is this sun leading the light to? Yes, it's leading to those marker stones, but it doesn't stop there. It actually continues, and there is a series of sacred marker stones that actually all come into alignment at that time. And of course, when it's reversed, it's the summer solstice, sunset. So there are a number of sites that that have all lined up with each other, and I'll just point out a few of them. Right, on the first one is where this sun leads to. from the dolmen is to another tunnel, a full-on tunnel. And this tunnel is known as Aladdin's Cave. And you'll notice this kind of central heel stone here. And you'll also notice, you see an interesting head right on the top, right over there. Okay, you see that kind of profile over there. And this also receives the winter solstice sunrise coming from the dolmen. So as the sun comes up, it also shoots straight through this mountain, right through. And you can see there's even something going on up here as well. And this tunnel, this is Aladdin's Cave, comes through, and if we so here we are. I am just slipping in the video in the break here, and this will take you on a trip to see what happens in these places. This is the gateway to the equinox. That's the Elephant Mountain, Constantiaberg. That's the Elephant's Eye, where I first, as a boy of 10, received my first insight to the Watchman and the light grid of Cape Town. And here we have the Mouse Mountain, as in Meisenberg, the Mouse Mountain. There you see, that's the ear. It's like one of those marshmallow mice. And here is the corner of Musenberg. Just around the corner is the dolmen. And here you see we have this mountain watchman again, profile. And we come around the corner, and there we see the actual dolmen itself aligned to the horizon calendar. So for me, this was, this monitors the turning of the sun. That can just give an idea. As the sun marches across the horizon from the summer to the winter. And here we see this is the the winter solstice sunrise. And there you see it coming through the feminine, the inverted triangle of the dawn, representing the yoni. So this is all to do with fertility, honoring the divine love affair between Mother Earth and Father Sun. And this is where there's a water trough bowl sundial in the, looks like a person's head, which is a separate rock. In other words, it's placed there with a water trough. And then to the right, about 20 meters away, is another watchman, this time with an eye hole that's drilled right through the rock to align to the movements of the sun, the moon, and the stars, engaging with the dolmen. And it was here that I was led to experience an awesome happening, like the magic always happens. Here you see a double shortly after we did our winter solstice ceremony. But the day I was led there, probably 20 years ago, and the first time I actually recorded it on a very old video camera, I got to experience how these particular points are often where the elemental energies come together. Like spirit always comes to the party when you go up to these sacred places. And that day I was witnessing the earth energy, the inverted triangle of the feminine. The actual dolmen was the earth element. Then there was the clouds suddenly came, all this very moisture rich clouds, all congregating on this corner. And of course the fire element was the sun coming up behind it. And I wondered, am I actually going to see the sun? But it was amazing. All of a sudden, everything just took off from this point. A massive crescendo of energy. So again, just showing you how these places are extremely powerful spiritually, mentally, and of course, then the cloud suddenly disappeared. The sun came straight through the yoni, and I was able to experience that alignment. Yeah, you can see even the seal of Solomon or the Star of David that actually appeared in one of the photographs that were taken just after we were finishing our ceremony. And here to show you from the other side, actually the full moon engaging with the dolmen as well, from down where the river meets the sea down at Musenberg. So that was the video I wanted to share with you, just to show you that spirit always comes to the party when you come up and you engage with these sacred sites. The dolmen in particular lead to 3 other sites. The one is the Aladdin's cave, if you like. The other is the tripod, and the other is the pyramid with the all-seeing eye. These are 3 sites that are all working with this winter solstice alignment that's taking place. So when we have more than 2 or 3 sites that are lining up with each other, this is what people would call a ley line or an energetic line. And for some reason here in Cape Town, the ancient peoples were concentrating their efforts and their energy onto engaging with this particular ley line that marks the winter solstice sunrise and the summer solstice sunset. So I want to just share with you why it is that these places are so special. One is that they are earth nodices. They are energetic portals that are convergence points of earth energy. And I'm so sorry that this got cut off, because I have the actual picture of the first time I was up there and recorded the elemental energies that came together on this particular site on the day that I was there. And but I will put that in the YouTube clip that I put together. And these places are at sunrise are extremely powerful, because the molecular structure of all the nature that is surrounding the area is coming to a head. It's like the crescendo of some kind of piece of music, if you like. Everything is waking up. The grasses are straightening themselves up. The flowers are unfoiling themselves. The birds are chirping. The insects are singing. And it's this whole energetic buzz. It's the buzz place. And one of the times when I was in meditation, the words that came to me were, "Where the light and the shadow meet, may we gather there and sing our song." So I believe the ancient peoples were bringing themselves into a spiritual balance, energetic balance, by going to these pivotal points at sunrise. Never mind the equinoxes and the solstices. I'm talking about just on a daily basis. So getting the energetic buzz fix, if you like, the morning fix and the evening fix of the energies of sunrise and sunset were part of their daily spiritual practice. So, we need to spend more time in these places. And
there is a connection. It's almost like a type of energetic nidus or portal that connects heaven with earth, if you like. And many ancient peoples understood this connection was available for all to tap into, and especially obviously for those who were the priests and the shamans of the time. So we need to spend more time. You know, people call these light threads that drop down into these sacred sites as ropes or cords, and it's almost like an umbilical cord that connects us to the heavens above. And we need to keep communicating with nature. We need to be out in nature and spending time, you know, really engaging with this song of our Mother Earth as she starts to shift and change. And this is one of the biggest ways we can bring ourselves into a better state of equilibrium, if you like. So get off your phones, you know, get out into nature, and you know, really spend meditative time walking in nature. Slow everything down, slow your breathing down, really connect and feel the earth, feel the wind, you know, talk to the trees, you know, and the birds and the animals, so that you can feel as though you are part of this collective consciousness that is all around you, and actually be in a much more peaceful state of mind while the chaos rages through humanity right now. So finding the state of equilibrium, don't look outside of yourself. You have the ability to bring yourself into this amazing state of equilibrium. So I'm going to leave it at that now, because I don't have any more images to share with you. I'm just going to see if there was something else I can share with you. But I would be open if someone wanted to ask me a question. Maybe I can answer a question or two. Is there anyone out there still that would like to ask me a question, maybe?
Dean, yes, I'd like to ask, are you doing a trip to these sites next week on the winter solstice?
Yes, I am, under the radar. So what you can do, those of you who want to join me, first of all, we are walking up about a good 300 steps, okay, to get to the point. And so I'm actually going to go to the Dolmen with a small group of people. I'm not going to advertise it on Facebook. And I'm not even going to put this on the recording when I do put it out tomorrow or the next day. So those of you who are signed on to this talk right now, if you're interested in joining me, send me a WhatsApp message and I will get back to you with the details of how we're going to do this, where we're going to meet, and I have a plan. And it's not, look, this is my job anyway, and we are allowed to gather as a spiritual group. So I don't give a hoot about the rules. I bend them. We are universe, you know, this is my job. So I will be going. Is that Mary that was asking, right?
Yes, I'm very keen, Dean, to go.
Okay, so just WhatsApp me, Mary, and anybody else. And I will let you know the time and the day, and it'll be this coming weekend.
Okay.
And I'll just look at the weather, and both Saturday and Sunday will be good. So I will, I'll just give you the heads up which one's going to work best.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Anybody else got something?
Yeah, Dean, just
Yeah.
Dean, you said hi, it's Dee here. You said can we WhatsApp you? And do we have your phone number? Or
Yeah, it should be somewhere. I'll tell you what. Yeah. Let me think. How am I going to do this? Yeah, true. I can give you my number right now. Okay. It's, I don't know how to type on my phone. Otherwise I would put it out as a message, but I haven't even got that on my phone. I don't even know how to do that. So my number is 079 404
okay.
8762. So it's
Okay, that's
079
great.
404 8762, and that's obviously, you know, for those in South Africa.
Fantastic.
And
Thank
then
you.
you can WhatsApp me, and I will let you know where we're going to meet and what day it will be. It'll be in the morning, and we'll be meeting around about 6:30 in the morning, sharp.
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 Great.
Okay, Dee. Yeah.
Thank you. Cool.
Sure. Is anybody else got a question for me?
Dean, I do, Adele.
Hi, Adele. Yes.
Hi. You know I would be there if I could.
Of
I
course.
joined everything I could for the 6 months I was in Cape Town. I'm living in, I want you to see, I'm in Pisac. Have you been to Peru, the Sacred Valley?
I have not been to Peru, but it's on my bucket list. Yes.
Well, this is where I live. Do you see them?
Beautiful.
That's the Pisac ruins.
Wow, lovely, lovely.
There's
Wow.
terraces, there's heads everywhere. It's not,
Mhm.
and there's a pyramid over here. There's cosmic calendars everywhere. And I'm here till, I brought a group here. I'm going to bring a group to South Africa that you're going to guide, by the way. Don't know if you got that
Yeah.
message.
Yeah.
But I'm here for the solstice, and it's at 4:43 p.m. on the 20th. I've been asking
Yes.
around, how do I know the light show? And I can't, that's what I call it based on what you taught me. I haven't found out any information. Any tips?
You know, you must do yourself a little ceremony, put it out there to the universe to be guided to the people, or for them to be guided to you to come together. So put it out there. You know, you need to ask. You need to ask the universe, and then if it's meant to be, you will go about your daily business, and suddenly you'll bump into whoever it is, and they'll say, okay. So don't stop doing what you're doing. In other words, ask around, but first do the ceremony, do the prayer to honor the land and everything, and ask, you know, for the spirit of the place to support you in the work you're doing, and to guide you. Yeah.
Thank you. Beautiful idea, and I wouldn't have thought of it. That's perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Sure, you're welcome.
Give your love to the family.
Yeah, I look forward to your next visit.
Yes, you'll know about it way in advance. Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Anybody else got a question? We done? No? Anybody? So yeah, I'm sorry about the link disconnect. It's still not working. I don't know what to say, but this is South Africa, and you know, our signal sort of has a life of its own, and for some reason it's just kind of disappeared completely. So I'm working off my phone internet at the moment. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to get on at all. So yeah. Yes.
How can we see, and of course, happy to make a donation. How can we see the other two videos? Are they somewhere, like the other two of these that you did?
Go to YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel now. So I saved them. I saved the two talks I gave, and I created a YouTube of them. So
okay.
You can go to YouTube, and I've actually uploaded the videos there.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
Hi, Dean. It's Mary again. I have another question.
Yes, Mary.
I'm inferring from what you said earlier in your first talk. Are you
Yes.
that perhaps are you anticipating something unusual or extraordinary to happen on this winter solstice because we are so close to being in the center of the alignment of the cycle?
Yeah. Well, you know, I think that the fact that we've got all this happening around us right now is already a sign that we are in some pretty powerful times of shift, of change. And so yeah, I'm thinking, you know, it's a very powerful time to seed intentions for oneself and for the planet and for humanity. And I mean, I do this every year regardless, but I believe that if ever there be a time that there needs to be some kind of unified collective consciousness event, it's now. It's like right now. And the time to do it would most certainly be on the winter solstice. Why? Because all the other cultures around the world know this time.
Right.
We as you know, we've kind of lost touch with this pulsing and ebb and flow of nature. But all the other ancient cultures that still have their roots will be doing ceremony on this day as well. So it's about joining in with a collective intention for humanity and for the planet. So yes, seize the opportunity. Even if you can't come with me up the mountain, get up for sunrise, go and greet the sun, say a prayer for yourself, ask for support from Mother Earth, Father Sky, the collective universal oneness, whatever it is that, however it is that you pray, to support you and to guide you at this time. And make sure that you spend some good quality time there. So if you can spend, you know, an hour just absorbing the energies of sunrise, will be an incredibly powerful experience. It will bring you into a state of great inner peace and inner calm. And this is what we need right now. We need to be in a space of inner peace and calm so that we can navigate our way and get our higher guidance from source, if you like, so that we can better shape and pave our individual and collective way into the future. Sorry, I hope that answered your question.
Thank you, Dean.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. Anyone else out there?
So, Dean, can I just ask, being on the other side of the world,
Yes.
does that change our intention, our energy?
Well, not really. It's still honoring the ebb and the flow, but yeah, sure. You know, the summer solstice up north is all about honoring the time of abundance, of great light. So honoring the light within you and all around you. You know, the fact that you've got this, all the fruits are ripening at this time of the year. So in that case, you go out and you kind of, pick a few fruits or, grab some fruit and stuff and head out into nature and make a few little offerings of pieces of apple and orange for the birds or whatever the case is. Make yourself a little presentation, to honor the turning of the sun on the time of this, with regards to the day of great light, the summer solstice. And obviously with regards to the darkness, it's like the opposite. So we're now working with the inner energies. So we are kind of going more of an inner journey down south where people are kind of insulated, you know, going into more in the house, more in the home, and it's symbolic of the times when you know, the leaves have fallen, the seeds are now being buried, you know, in the dark soil, in the womb, if you like, in preparation for the rebirth of the spring. So it has to do with honoring the womb and the inner worlds, if you like, the inner creativity. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, but beautiful time, because now we like the yin and the yang. You see, you're doing
Yes.
the work up there with the light, and I'll be working down here with the dark.
Okay. I'll go for the light. Thank you.
There you go. And I'll be honoring the returning of the light. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Dean.
Yeah. You're welcome. Thanks for coming on again, Jill.
Okay.
Thank you, Dean.
Dean,
All right. Yeah. Hi. How's Martin?
Hi.
How you doing?
I'd like to share with the group, if anyone's interested, there's a shaman, Sandra Ingerman. I don't know if you've come across her. She's an American shaman, and she's written a beautiful book about connecting with nature. It's speaking with nature and the awakening to the deep wisdom of earth. And I've been reading these wonderful, wonderful stories about connecting with nature. And I think it's such a beautiful time to be doing this. And her book's available, I'm sure, on Amazon. It's just a great accompaniment if you like reading, to just contemplate. So if anyone wants that, I'll be happy to share, you know, the details.
Yeah, lovely. Thanks, Loretta. Yeah. Look, it's all about that. You know, I think we've just humanity's gone quite like astray, if you like, from nature. You know, we've strayed away. You know, we've surrounded ourselves with so much unnecessary noise and clutter, that we've been living a kind of unhealthy existence, if you like, a very selfish existence, and you know, it's come at a cost to the environment and the nature that surrounds and supports us. So you know, eventually, you know, the earth kind of just gets a bit pissed off and shakes things up a little bit, and you know, whatever shape or form it comes in. And at the moment, yeah, so you know, there's this flu and there's all this stuff and worry and panic, and nobody knows what's the truth and what's up and what's down. But trust me, you get out into nature, you'll find exactly where your center is, and you will know what is up and what is down, and what is true. And so, yeah, I would only support a book like that, because it's all about getting back to nature and refinding yourself as a part of this nature that surrounds and supports us. Yeah. So thanks for sharing that, Loretta. Yeah.
Dean,
Yes.
here the solstice is at 4:43 on the p.m. on the 20th. So what day would you go out for? Which is the more solstice morning? The 20th,
Look
the
at
21st.
Look at the turning point of the sun. So I will go to. I will do it for you if you like. But are you on WhatsApp, Adele?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Just send me. Okay. I'll tell you what. Go to time and it's called Time and Date.
Okay.
And maybe that one won't give you the accurate reading. Okay, I'll tell you what. Just WhatsApp me, and I'll give you the the most accurate date, okay, and time for that.
Okay,
I'll give it in my
Thank
time,
you.
and then you can convert it, okay? So what it
Okay.
means is that the solstice happens at a specific time. It's like the turning point, if you like, and that turning point, say it's 10 o'clock on the 20th, but it's 10 o'clock at night, then I wouldn't do the 20th in the morning. I would do the sunrise of the 21st. You understand?
Okay.
So the
Yes.
sun is, in other words, the closest to the actual sun turning is when I would be doing it. So it's from my, and this is just my perspective. So it's when the sun actually turns, the turning point, and starts to return. We celebrate that. And if you do it on a sunset before it's turned,
Okay.
you are doing a ceremony to encourage the sun to return. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And Dean, I didn't write your phone number down. Does it end in 8762?
Okay.
Is that
Yeah.
same number?
079 404 8762. And that's, so it would be +27, and then you drop the 0. Okay. And then you go 79 404 8762.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Yeah,
perfect.
you're welcome. Yeah, you're
It was
welcome.
Awesome. I love your work. You know how much I enjoy it, and I would love to be with you this next week.
Yeah, well,
Excellent.
I'm looking forward to getting up in those mountains, as I normally do at this time. I do a lot more up and down, you know. So starting probably on Tuesday, I'll be going up, you know, sunrise, sunset, just fine tuning things. Yeah.
Wonderful.
So
All right. Thank you.
anyway, it's been great chatting. Is anybody else out there that still wants to ask me a question before I sign off? All right. I think we're done. All right. So thanks again, everybody, and sorry for the glitch with the Wi-Fi. There's nothing I can do, I'm afraid, except phone my guys and tell them our Wi-Fi's down. But anyway, I'm glad I could at least get on my phone and finish things up a little bit with you all. So we'll stay tuned and look forward to chatting again next Sunday, which is also around the on the solstice time. So I'm not sure what the time will be. It may have to wait till I get down from the mountain. So I will feel into that and then send out a message on Facebook and my WhatsApp groups. I'll do it more clearly for them as well. So yeah, lots of love to you all. Hang in there. Sending you much light and love and hope going forward.
Thank you, Dean.
Thank
Okay.
you, Dean.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
Bye.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.
Bye.